Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Uncod Chill, and today we're here to talk a bit about the future possibilities of unstoppable domains, what that might look like, and some of the stuff going on with unstoppable domains. Okay, so first off, I just want to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers. In the last 28 days, we've had 56 people join, subscribe. Thank you very, very, very much. I sincerely appreciate that very much. And then I also want to shout out Botswana Crypto, who had this comment to say on my Why I'm Bullish on Unstoppable Domains video. He said, wow, Sex.Crypto sold for only 230 ETH. Isn't that $90,000? I believe it's more like 20 million, at least if you're comparing it to the .com domains. So big shout out to Botswana Crypto for pointing that out. He's totally correct on that. Here's his comment. Thank you very, very much for the comment, and I appreciate it. And here's the 56 new subscribers. Thank you to everybody in the last 20 days who subscribed. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is this AMA that happened on Reddit. So the co-founder of Unstoppable Domains, Brad Cam, he had an Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and so I just wanted to go over some of those details and see what he had to say. So here's some questions. As I see there are certain difficulties with the discovery and accessibility of unstoppable domains, are there any plans or ideas that can improve this in the future? So here's his response from Brad. We need search engines to index them. Right now we have only blockchain-specific search engines like BlockScan, launched by Etherscan. We've seen some interest from privacy-focused search engines, but I think they want to wait until there's a bit more browser support before going to the trouble of indexing them. We're definitely talking to them, though I think there's a lot of business opportunity around this. Being a search engine or software provider for decentralized web search engines. So what he's talking about is getting his web pages, like decentralized web pages, discoverable on like Google. So when that kicks off, you're going to see a lot of people join in, because then there'll be a huge incentive, like a monetary incentive, to build on these websites, because it'll be widely available. So that's going to be a huge deal when it comes out, and they're already talking to a lot of people about this, and it seems like that's only a matter of time. So a little bit more development to go before that happens, but still very exciting. In the crypto, here's the next one. In the crypto space, we hear all the time about how good projects are from the founder's perspective. However, I usually judge a project's maturity on whether they are willing/able to talk accurately and clearly about the project's disadvantages. So to what end are the disadvantages to registering an unstoppable domain instead of a traditional domain? What are potential ways ISPs and DNS providers can provide censorship, can censor these domains? So he's talking about your internet provider. What can they do to like censor these domains? What are the risks involved? And so he responded with, the biggest issues are the tools for web building. They don't work for decentralized websites. All that stuff will need to be built still. Also, apps like browsers need to decide to support them, which means there will be a period where websites only work in certain apps. So they're still going through the whole process of developing tools and making it easier for people to adopt. Regarding ISPs, our tech doesn't address this at all. ISPs can still block users. So your ISP is your internet provider, your internet service provider. It's just no one can prevent you from publishing anymore. DNS providers with blockchain domains have no ability to censor. So this is great. Being uncensorable is the whole point of the website, so I would hope so. So they can't take your domain away from you. So that's an excellent response. I like that he's able to still talk about the downside. He's able to be honest with us, right? There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done before it's like a finished product. And so clearly there's a lot going on. And so, he's just got to work up to this. It's no easy feat trying to compete with regular internet domains. So it's going to be a while before we see this really take off. What is the revenue created by the sale of domains used for? Ecosystem integration. We need crypto wallets, exchanges to support domains for payments and browsers. So we've seen a bunch of announcements about like how Coinbase now accepts unstoppable domains, and then like MetaMask obviously accepts it, and then they're just working on providing more wallets, so more places to secure your domains at. It's a really big deal, and so that's what they're working on right now. It takes a lot of heavy lifting to get everyone integrated. Yep. So moving on. Next up, I want to talk about the future prospects of unstoppable domains. So what sort of things do I believe you'll be able to do in the future? Well, I think in the future, number one, you will be able to use NFTs as collateral for a loan. So this is already in the process of happening, where you can borrow money, and then if you fail to repay that money, they'll say, hey, we'll accept your domain or your NFTs as collateral. So you can borrow against your domains, which would make it very profitable or liquid. So it brings a certain level of value to your domains. The next thing is you'll be able to yield interest by renting out your domains for a monthly fee. Okay, so with regular domains, you can already do this, right? So if I want to buy one of these domains, it costs me like $12 a year plus maybe a fee, depending on how desirable it is, or you know, so .org or .biz, it's usually like a yearly fee plus whatever. It could be a lot, could be a little. So for the .orgs, it's plus 3,000. But for .crypto, we don't really know, right? We're still in this early phase where we don't know how much it's worth. But yeah, I think once you own the domain, because you can own it forever, right? When you buy it off Unstoppable Domains, it's just a one-time fee, and you don't have to pay them a license or anything like that to register. But I think on the secondhand market, you will still be able to loan this out to other people if you'd like. So if someone desires that specific domain name, but they only want it for like a year or a couple years, you can just rent it out to them as like a digital property. So the third thing I believe you'll be able to do in the future is that the domains will be tokenized and fractionalized. So multiple people can claim ownership and can inherit the interest earned on those properties, on those domains. So let me see. So an example of this is like there are, I think it's Rocket Pool for Ethereum, that are offering people who don't own 32 Ethereum the ability to still run the node fractionally. So by making it, let's see. So because the vast majority of people won't be able to own the majority or the whole, do the whole thing on their own. For Ethereum to run the node, it's 32 Ethereum. For Unstoppable Domains, it's just owning the domain. So if you fractionalize and tokenize this, you can bring in a whole bunch of smaller investors and give them the opportunity to own a share of that. And this brings a whole bunch of liquidity, and it brings a whole bunch of access to otherwise. It brings a bunch of opportunities for people to make profits or to, I don't know how to describe it. It just brings opportunities for smaller people to get involved, more people to get involved without fully committing. The last thing was, so pretty recently, Unstoppable Domains started making Gemini custody as an option for your wallet. So when you buy a domain, you can now go to Gemini and use their services to store your domains. So this is really exciting because it says, hey, we know your domains are really, really important and you want to look after them. So we've given you the option or access to a professional team to look after them for you. So this is the best security, the best responsibility. These are professionals, and this is just really amazing because it tells you how valuable these domains are, and people now have a really good option to store them, professionally. So as you see here, it says $20 for the first 10 domains, and then $5 after that. I think it's a yearly. 3 years. Okay, so to store it for 3 years, you can pay this amount, and then they'll look after it for you. I think this is a wonderful feature. I'm very impressed by this, and I think it's great. Okay, that is all for today. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.